Right, good
There we
evening,
go.
everybody. Oh, she wasn't finished talking, recording in progress. Good evening, everybody, and welcome to our Wednesday webinar. Right, there's a small handful of us on tonight for Easter holidays. At the end of the project Clean Sweep Leaders Zoom, I did ask if there was any suggestions. So I'd imagine if there was anything in particular that you would like to see covered, that you would ask. But I have got some PowerPoints open, but if anybody wants to request anything, have a brainstorm, have talk about any aspect of the business, or before I talk. Yes, Jeff.
Yeah, can I jump in?
Yeah.
I've as you've probably seen, I went to an area a couple of periods ago, put out 200 catalogues, got absolutely nothing, lost about 40 catalogues, no response whatsoever. Well, I wasn't having that. I wasn't going to be defeated and just walk away. So I presented 25 catalogues and only got 2 orders, which is 2 better than last time. One for £52, the other for £44.
That's excellent.
Brilliant, well done.
Right, first question. So you presented 25.
Yeah. The £52, the lady wasn't going to order anything. She thought I was someone else. Someone had knocked a brick wall down in the drive, and I heard all the story about that. And we must have stood on the doorstep for 10, perhaps 15 minutes just chatting. And then she said, "Oh, I will have one." So so yes, I was quite hopeful that she would buy something.
Excellent.
And she was the one who ordered £52 worth.
That's fantastic.
And so Janet asked me, so when you go there again, are you going to present or a blanket drop? I said, let me think about that, Janet.
So
well, it's a no-brainer.
How many doors did you knock on, Jeff, to get the 25 out, roughly?
There were about 85 in the in the road. So
that was all right. That's like that's better than 1 in 4.
Yeah, it was close to 1 in 3 at times. Okay, so Tuesday, I continued in the same area. I've now got 50 catalogues out. I went to 165 houses. Excuse me while I read. Look at this. Let's try and think. I think 79 of them, 47% weren't there, so I didn't get any reply. 36 said no, that's 21%, but 50 did, so that's 30%.
That's excellent.
And I'm picking them up tomorrow.
So the story continues tomorrow. That's excellent. Yeah. I mean, that's especially if people want the blanket drop. Do you just, is your goal just to have a chat with them, or do you have a script?
I just say I'm just like to know if you're interested in looking through our home shopping catalogue and handing a catalogue. And if they want to chat, I chat, but most people just kind of open the door, hold the dog back or the children, and then, take it or not. So we'll see. I did have a chat with one of them, and quite a long chat. She'd got her arm in a cuff and a huge bruise down her elbow here from her shoulder to elbow. Apparently she'd been off with long COVID for 17 weeks, and then walking back from her mum and dad's place had tripped over a speed bump broken her shoulder.
Oh, good heck.
So it looked like a really vivid tattoo. It was multicolored. But she said, I'll be delighted to have something to look through. And she said, if I've been rushed into hospital, I said, well, just leave the catalogue on the doorstep. I said, if you're not there, I'll put a note through and I'll pop back on a Friday if it's okay to come on Good Friday. She said, well, if I'm in hospital, I won't put it out. I said, oh, don't worry. If that happens, then I'll collect it next time. So I'm looking at my results here. I've been tracking, of course. Last time I spoke, I was, I think, just short of VIP. I've now cleared VIP by £119.85, and I'm £85.15 short of 1,000, which is why I'm putting catalogues out to see if I can get that other £80 on.
Excellent. Well done.
Well done, Jeff.
You disappeared.
Thank you. Now, did you see that I put this into the official group?
Yeah.
And Jeff Locke responded to it and said, oh, putting in 200 catalogues and not getting an order at all is not uncommon. I thought, do what? Now, fancy telling a person, join up for £45 with 200 catalogues and you'll put them out, you'll lose lots and you won't get an order. What kind of business is that? So, yeah, I think when we're talking about catalogues, unless we're going to people that we actually know, and if you've got a former customer base, I think presenting is the way to go ahead if people can find the courage to do it.
I think I still would say that I would give pluses and minuses to both of them.
Yeah.
Because just simply because of the fact that Nigel and Amanda consistently retail almost £3,000 every 4 weeks.
Yeah.
And they've only had 75 clean-easy customers. So they've built that up just on the perception, and maybe if they're lucky, get 2 or 3 customers a week. But definitely, Jeff, I don't know how everybody else feels, but I kind of agree. If people can muster up that courage, this might be a better time to be doing the door knocking and giving it a try.
Yeah.
Well done. That's a great story. Well done.
Thank you.
Anybody else want to share anything, a story, or Jane?
We presented when we first started cataloguing over 20 years ago. Probably because there was lots of people around then who did catalogues. So you get both sides of it. You know, you get all the people who they've never heard of the company, or you have lots of people who have heard of the company and have got preconceptions. The only thing I would say is we did it at night time and found that was the best time to do it. And even then, it was 1 in 3. But sometimes you had to go to 40 doors before you got your 1 in 3 average. So I don't know that things have changed a great deal, to be fair.
I would say that was
what I'm saying that story for.
Yeah, and to be honest with you, I think 1 in 3 to get that for the Viva MK to be on a parallel, I think that's why I'm excited about it. That's really, really good. I know, I mean, Kevin and Lisa, I know they're doing a bit of blanket dropping now, but they've also built their customer base up to well over 1,000. We're knocking on doors as well. They're going to be training. Kate raised her hand. Chris as well. Kate, I can't see you. Have you got a light? Can't hear you either. You've got yourself on mute. Ask to unmute. Ask to unmute. Done that.
Sorry, I had to put the screen off for 2 seconds, and when I came back on, the light had gone. I don't know
what. That,
anyway. But the only reason I had put my hand up was to say that while we were talking about whether there was a Thursday Zoom with Michael next week, I actually messaged Michael to ask, and I said we're on Zoom tonight just to promote it. And he's confirmed that there is a Michael Zoom next Thursday night. So just to let everybody know that it's definitely on.
Excellent. Okay. Thank you for that. Kate, take your hand down.
I
will. Does anyone feel that maybe the day after the end of the period is a time for teams to do the recognition, even if it's a quiet, rather than a company?
Mm-hmm.
I quite like Michael doing an update at the beginning of the period, because it kind of resets after the end of the last period. I think I really like it being that day. That's just me, but I really like it being that day.
No, I agree, Kate. I like finding out what's coming next, but that's just because I'm nosy.
Yep.
I heard just that's because I'm nosy.
That was Abby.
I was just saying that, like,
I'm just, you just to be fair to Jane, I'm the same as you, Jane, but we're outvoted, hen.
Sorry?
I'm saying I'm the same as you, but we're outvoted.
No, I just raised it because, at the end of the day, it's a network marketing company.
Yep.
And the network is run by the leaders in the network. And, that's my only comment.
Mhm.
So,
I think it's
that's all.
trying to do it for HQ point of view. Hopefully he'll stick to that. Anybody else want to share anything? Or will I was
Yeah, can I just share? I take Jane's point. Going in the evening is a better time. If there are lights on, there's probably someone in. The first 24 I did from 11 to about 2:30. And put out 24. The next 26, I went from 3:30 to about 5:30. So it did speed up after the school run.
after the school run.
Mhm.
I mean, if you're happy to accept a lot, like say there was 47 not in, I probably would have popped a book through the doors. Did you bother to pop a book through the door of the ones that weren't in?
No, I'd only got 40, and there was only one that
wanted
I'd
them to
spoken
get their
to
hands.
before,
That's-
and she was an ex-Avon lady and said, yeah, drop it in next time.
Yeah.
But I only, apart from that one, every other one I actually handed to someone because it seems to be a mixture of people there, and I spoke to some people who were non-English and whose culture wasn't to look through catalogues.
Mhm.
We have difficulty with that because some cultures, even if they're European, just don't know what to do with catalogues. So so I'd much rather speak to people and actually hand one rather than put a catalogue through the door and lose it, or in this case, I may or may not get it back. I did get one back that had been on the doorstep since I was there last time, but it hadn't been there the 3 times that I went.
Maybe they've been waiting on you coming. Oh, I missed that guy the first time. Well done, though. That's great. It's good to know because, as you say, people have the confidence, and we know that we're getting more success stories. Here's Nigel and Amanda. Tell them they've missed the training. Just kidding.
Yeah, we're just having a sizzle now, so it's
It's really just having a sizzle. I was going to cover see what time it is, but we're just having a sizzle. Anybody else wanting to add anything in? I didn't want to talk to Angie because she's driving. I will say hi, Angie, because I know you can hear us. Just drive carefully. Don't look at the screen. I think Nigel's waiting to connect. What we were talking about before you came on was Jeff's success story when he's been knocking on doors, but we won't get him to repeat it. You have to watch the video when I put it into the 18. What I suggested, because I noticed that there's some of you here that do online and catalogue, but I noticed, Jeff, you were posting a lot of products. Are these all going onto your wall?
They're going onto Instagram and then being copied onto my wall, and also I'm putting them into my shop and into the marketplace.
Excellent.
If Abby's there, she can see this. I'm writing lines out to get my affirmations going. So
well done.
I'm writing mostly 10 times a day. I'm becoming excellent at selling products online. and showing others how to do the same. So that's my affirmation. And I'm writing it 10 times a day and then getting an action statement. I will post 3 products online now and a recruitment post, which is what I'm trying to get done every day. So
Excellent.
I'm trying to create that habit.
That's
I
a
will
great-
make sure to give you a gold star next time I see you, Mr. Bank.
You're too kind.
You got the, is it not a bronze star?
No, we can have a gold one.
It's a
We can have a
gold
gold one.
This is
As
why
long
I
as it
make a
uses
ter-
capital letters and full stops.
this is why I make a terrible teacher. I think if you give him a gold star, well, we can always have a platinum one. Hello, Nigel, Amanda, how are you? Did you enjoy your bike ride? She's eating something. You can just say yes or no.
No, they got faces full of food.
Yeah, we just got some crisp on the way back. Yeah, it's pretty good. We got back early tonight, so I was able to come on for a bit.
You can have a wee bit of fun. We've just been
Yes.
on the sizzle.
Yeah, it's a charity bike ride. It's every Wednesday, and it's a different pub in the Cotswold, but it's all for the ambulance.
All right,
Honestly, for the last 2 years, it's not been on. It's the first one tonight.
all right. Oh, that's good.
I'll put a video on lights and everything, see what's going on with the motorbikes and the charity.
Oh, that's excellent. We know what you're doing. We haven't. Big Brother has his eye on you. We've seen it on Facebook.
Yeah, I put that on Instagram, so I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Or was it
Yes, I'll put
Instagram?
things on Instagram, it goes on the
Kate had
Facebook.
seen it, so maybe it was Instagram.
Can't
Yeah.
remember.
It shares to Facebook as well, but I don't get it yet. I'll get there eventually.
Well, we still had Big Brother still has his eye on you. Now, well, what I was going to cover, since I mean, mostly these Zooms are the people who are plugging into the leaders group, which is why I'm thinking we had one on the Monday, to have one on the Wednesday last week was a bit brain freeze. I put the wrong date in there, and there was a few of you couldn't manage onto that one. So, but these ones in the middle, we can call them the trainings in the middle, the 2 Wednesdays in the middle. Really, we'd be hoping they'd be geared up to new people, but getting new people on Zooms, it's like anything else, it's only a small percentage. So, you know, you don't want to keep on hearing my dulcet tones. So I am definitely wanting some feedback from you. It doesn't have to be tonight. On what you'd like to see covered, and also who would like to cover sections, because I really do want to get some new, like for example, if we were doing how to sell on Facebook, put together a new one just to make it a little bit prettier. The old slides are a bit old looking. When you look back on old slides, you think, oh, they look dreadful. Also changes that are there for the algorithm, but that's just an example, but also different trainers doing them so that when we send them to new people, it's not just one person doing all the trainings. That's what I was going to say. But tonight, when nobody nobody got back to me, I decided in infinite wisdom that we could cover retail, but the majority tonight is catalogue retailers and online. Few use, if not all of you, do online as well. But so I thought I don't want to teach my granny how to suck eggs. So what I thought I might just cover very quickly, because I thought it would be useful. One, for people who are dipping their toe in Facebook or who haven't quite got the ball rolling on Facebook, but also for your new people when they get started, because not everybody will knock on doors and place a catalogue, which we know gets a better result, seemingly gets a better result, and not everybody will want to do online and vice versa. But if we get them started online, I thought that this wee training is just a good wee reminder. It's based on the 21-day rule. Do you know what I mean? The oh gosh, what was his name? Randy Gage. Initially, it was the Randy Gage 21-day rule, but you know, 21 days to make a habit is very prominent. So I'll just do this very quickly. It's I'm going to share screen because and I will post it into the group, because sometimes there's some things that I'm praying that it's not completely out of date, because I did update it just a few months ago. I'm just waiting on it sharing the screen. But it's just a good way, a nice, easy way to remind us, and it is a very short training, so don't worry, because we have sizzled for a fair wee bit. Still thinking about my digital people to get finished and started on time. We did say a project Clean Sweep, and I completely forgot. You see, teamwork makes the dream work, guys. I have to trust you for memory as well. We did say that we were going to open the room at 10 to 8. I'll start to promote that so that we can get started at 8 and finish by 9 or before 9. I don't know if you can see this yet, but just let me know. How have I got how Facebook works?
Yeah, just got that title and nothing else.
That's fine. It's actually the first slide because they're coming out one at a time. What I did, I've opened the wrong one. Stop share. Sorry, folks, I just opened the wrong one. I had the, there we go, Lynn. Where is your 21-day rule one? It says 21-day rule. Still the same one. My slides are playing up. This is why I like to edit. There we go. I guess that slide shouldn't really be in there, that first slide. I don't know how it got in there, so I'm just going to delete it because it doesn't belong there. And it completely confused me. I'm not going to edit this out. I'm just going to be natural, because if I edit it out, it means I can't put it into the group right away. Right, Facebook new distributor 21 top tips I've called this, but it's also, as I say, it's a good guide for yourself. Now, even if you are selling on Facebook, so this is for a new person selling on Facebook, or if you are selling on Facebook, it's a good idea to keep adding yourself to as many local buy and sell groups. Now, this will be dependent on your area, of course, because Jane, for example, very rural, doesn't have loads of really local, but she might go to Kilmarnock, Kinnairshire, because people on your doorstep can be good as well. I get a lot of responses from Glasgow, for example, and we can drop ship them out there. But to keep remembering to add yourself to groups, and also if you're selling on Facebook, I'm doing a wee bit extra here. If you're selling on Facebook, you don't have to stay local. That's the only bit I want to really stress. I know Mary, for example, goes up and down the country. I do as well, because every time you post on the marketplace, you can share it to groups, and you may run out of local groups if you're doing a lot of Facebook. Right. The learning how to edit your photographs isn't so important now. I still use a wee pic collage where you could maybe add the name of your shop, or you may want to add work from home or the price. I still think it's a good idea to make it individual to yourself, but as you know, the Facebook algorithm changes all the time. But I still tell new people just to edit it, but just pop a name on it. The little pic collage, really good. And you can crop out the advert. Again, if they're brand new, set up your own Facebook selling group, which most of you have got up and running. All of you have got up and running, should I say, and set at least 20 products into your group. Now, this is for the new person. Before they share your group, you want to tell them to put products into the group, but also teach them the marketplace straight away, because every product that they put into their own brand new group, they can share every single product onto the marketplace. And if they're in groups, they can share some of them on groups, not all 20 of them, which you know would lead to a ban. And then invite all your friends into your Viva MK online group. again, if you've already got a group up and running, it might be worthwhile having a wee look through your friends and making sure everybody's there and all your new friends are into there. Sometimes people get started in your team and then they stop. Get them into your selling group. See if they like the products enough to buy them from you. Invite all your friends, as I say. But the biggest thing there, little asterisk, is to space things out. Now, start with people you know outside Facebook as well as on Facebook. So once you've spoken to everybody you know, on, you know, because that's when was it, if you go back to number 5, we knew people, we tell them to start with people that they know outside Facebook as well as on Facebook. That's the best warm market, is the people that they know. And just send them a message introducing them to your Facebook group and the income opportunity. There's a little just set message, you can give them a wee help with that, because if they're sending the friends a message about the Facebook group, they might as well say, I'm looking for people to get started. Ask your friends to share your group with their friends. That's a big one. Friends will share your group, especially if they like the products. And keep adding at least 6 to 10 new products into your group daily. Now, this may be as a product, just a photograph, might be a little short video, might be putting the flip book. But remember to do your normal posts as well. Share all the products on the marketplace. Now, clearly a new person, if they're posting 20 products, they can share all of them on the marketplace. There is no limit to the marketplace. It doesn't have the same footprint. Because it's an app, it doesn't have the same footprint as the Facebook app. I know it's an app within an app, but it still doesn't have the same footprint. But you don't want to share a new person or yourself even. You don't want to, especially if you're just starting to grow. If you're new to Facebook or just starting to grow on Facebook, the tip is the same. Like Jeff said, he started to make a goal to put X amount of products into Facebook every single day. If Jeff suddenly started to put 20 products onto 20 buy and sell groups tomorrow, these are the sort of activities that could lead to a ban. You've got to build up. So with the marketplace, no footprint, but only 2 to 3 products to share on 20 of the buy and sell groups. I know that will make sense to everybody here, but for new people watching the video, speak to your sponsor about point number 9. And it says there, increase this gradually. You can gradually increase to 3 or 4 on the marketplace with further 20 groups, and you can build that footprint up as strong as you can. But if you're posting in the marketplace, you might as well post on a further 20 groups. Build it up, as I say, gradually. The reason I'm saying that is the whole idea is to get the VVMK name out there, to get your name out there as a VVMK distributor, to get your products out there. And if people are seeing them on the buy and sell groups, sometimes they comment. This is the way that I personally grow people into my group. But if people comment or like it, I'll comment back. Eventually, as it says there, you'll be able to share all to a further 20 groups, but this is when you're posting 5 to 10 products a day. But I would still recommend you space them throughout the day. People sometimes do what are they called? The advanced posts. I don't do them ever. What are they called when you automated posts? What's the right name for them? Or somebody
Scheduling.
You can schedule posts as well. And if you want to talk about that, then you can. I don't do that very often because it used to lead to a ban. Each product or sponsoring advert on the marketplace can be renewed every 7 days up to 5 times. So Jeff, now that you're doing more in the marketplace as a new marketplace seller or doing more in the marketplace, you can now, if you've been doing it for a week, you can now go in there and renew them all.
Yeah, I keep forgetting to do that. Thank you.
I knew you would, because we all forget to do it when we first get started. I've always got to remind myself, even now. I've even got a wee picture of that one. Renew your listing. You can see how old the picture is, still with the Asha duvet, which I love. Your
But Lynn, do you
post
not
has-
get Lynn, do you not get an automatic message from Marketplace? I do.
No, you only get it for one in every so often. You didn't get it for all your products. I get it through Messenger, but I don't get it for all of them. I get it for about 1 in 10.
Right, right.
It's not all of them, Mary. So that's why I go into the app and renew them.
Yeah.
But while you're building up your Facebook footprint, you can always go back another time. This is your marketplace post that you haven't decided. So while you're posting, you can maybe put 10 products on the marketplace, but only shared 2 or 3 of them with 20 other groups. You can always go back at another time later on in the day and share them to another 20 groups, or the next day, or whatever, to share with more. The limit is 20 plus the marketplace. Right, 10 in the box demonstrations when your products arrive, and also take photographs. I like to use the photographs, but also quite like to use some of the photographs from Viva MK, because some of them look quite nice. Product demonstration videos, which I need to kick myself because I'm loving the Viva MK Sparkle, but and I actually used it for a stain on the problem is when the kids do something, you're that quick to get it taken up that you forget about the video, but I used it for a stain on the daybed and it's came up amazing. The whole daybed cover looks fantastic. So product demonstration videos, again, you don't have to show your face. Most of these are doing these in the box demonstrations and demonstration videos or using other people's videos. But if it's a new person, it's just getting them, see how much they're willing to do to develop themselves. But if you're using someone else's videos, learn how to save them so you can post it as an original video. So how to save them, I use the Facebook Friendly app, and then I put it onto Viva Videos. That way you might want to put something at the beginning, name of your shop at the beginning or the end. So buy a product, I've put it there, buy a product and do a before and after demonstration. Your own testimony is better than any other testimony, and that's why I'm annoyed at myself, because I'm loving the Viva MK Sparkle. I really like it. Understand and learn how Facebook interaction and Facebook footprint works. Watch how to create interaction. I'm not going to go into that now, but it does say here, the more people who like or comment on your posts, the more people who will see them in your news feed. So your own comments are vital. So if somebody likes your product or comments it, if it's on a buy and sell group, or if it's in your own shop, it's vital that you take advantage of that, because your own comments and other people's comments are vital, not only to improve your footprint, but it encourages the responses and it gets you onto their news feed. Videos receive 3 times more interaction according to Facebook, and I would say going live definitely gets more interaction, because these notifications for going live, you have to click on it. If you didn't, I like them to not be blue. Facebook stories, these are all using them really well. We can sponsor on Facebook. Anyone, now this one here, I want to talk about this on another training, but anyone you come into contact with on Facebook, whether it's asking about a product, just asking about it, because you know that 1 in 5 probably ask about a product and don't buy. But if they're asking about a product, always take the opportunity to ask. You know, once the conversation finishes, we maybe send them to look at our product group, or they're maybe already in their product group, but it is just a matter of saying, well, don't suppose you know, hope you don't mind me asking before you go. I don't suppose you know. and it's a good idea to teach your new people to do the same. Post sponsoring adverts on the marketplace. Now your sponsoring advert might be disguised under a product or a selection of products, but you can get them onto the marketplace and onto 20 groups. So you'll find some adverts won't be approved. This is the interesting thing. Some of the adverts I put on don't get approved by the marketplace, but they're still posted onto 20 other groups. Right, and the reason they don't get approved is because it's a selling advert that I get caught selling, not selling, sponsoring advert, and I get caught because I'm not always that subtle. I sometimes take the chance, but if you post on the marketplace, you can share it to 20 groups much quicker than you could if you were doing it annually. Facebook now shows you which groups have not approved your advert. Don't know if you know that. Facebook shows you, if you go back to any advert, it shows you which ones have not approved it. This lets you manage your groups, because if there's a group that's continually not approving your advert, then this will help you to manage your groups. Get rid of it. If they're not approving any of them, it might just be one advert they've not approved. It might just be you're sponsoring an advert you've not approved. And remember, this will probably come up somewhere. Post income opportunity adverts using discussion posts is another way of doing it. Just a normal discussion post, which I know you do on your walls, and I know you do these into groups, but you can do them also through the marketplace and 20 other groups. As I say, it doesn't really matter if they don't accept it. You can sneak them in. We've got a better idea of Facebook now. Post product videos or income opportunity videos into buy and sell groups. Lots of buy and sell groups allow videos, take advantage of it, especially now with most videos, like most of my videos, has autoplay now. Most of them have got autoplay. So you can do a product video or an opportunity video into the buy and sell groups. These need to be posted as a discussion post. Unless the marketplace has changed, you can't do videos on it. Get to know your group members. This is your own group, and let them get to know you. So that's posting your personal stuff, your photographs, your lifestyle, your pets, anything. Do not post about the war. Do posts that require them to answer. So it's called interactive posts. So ask a question. Could be about anything. Could be about Christmas trees. It could be about spring. It could be, you see loads of examples. But what you can do is you can actually just go to Google and Google interactive Facebook posts and get some help. I mean, the one I got the most activity was a pet, just for fun, cutest pet competition. It's got hundreds of pictures of pets and loads of interaction. Number 20, do a Facebook party. Still going on about the parties, which reminded me we've not done one for a while. I'm saying we. You can do it as an event or just promote it and post it into your group, your page, your wall. But if you do it as an event, you can do it as you know, with an event, you can do it as your Facebook page. For example, Lynn Max Online Parties is one of my pages, or you can do it as yourself. But if you're doing it in your group, you can share it on your pages, you can share it on your wall, you can share them loads of places. And you can do these event parties without going live. That's still there for the new people, but most of us are confident to go live. And number 21 is just teach everyone in your team to do the same and watch your business explode. And I'm not going to go into that, but I have put there step outside Facebook, which many of you are doing. There's many other ways to sell and sponsor online. And if you haven't already, create a YouTube channel for your products and include the income opportunity. YouTube is definitely and that a massive advantage to our business, and it's becoming a bit like Zoom was and Facebook was when we first started Facebook, when we're all going, oh, Facebook, selling on Facebook. YouTube's really a massive tool that I know Mr. and Mrs. Enthusiastic are using it well, but I know that I'm not, so I'll put up my hand to that. So I just thought I'd cover the 21-day rule. Is there anything you think it needs changed in there? Do you think that's a useful wee tool? Was there anybody's memory refreshed just by going through that?
No, that was really good.
Yeah. What I lack is things like, how do you do those things? Like, how do I find out which groups are allowing and which ones aren't allowing? I don't know how to do that.
Well, all you need to do is or you mean if you go to your Facebook app, can I post it into the A-team so I'm not doing wasting the last 10 minutes of the Zoom?
Yeah. If
I just
when
put
you
some screenshots into the A-team after the Zoom. But it's on the app. It's on the app, and when you where every product does, it'll give you a list of where you've posted it. And then
no, the tips are great, but if someone says, how do you do that? I ain't got a clue. So what you need to be how to do
the
this stuff.
21-day rule is to be followed up by trainings on each. That's a refresher. That's the 21-day rule, or 21 top tips. I see where you're coming from. That's a good question. Thank you for that question, even if it took me ages to understand. That probably should have explained that at the beginning, but because I've showed you guys it before, it's a guideline. It's there to guide us. It's there to get, if like you at the moment, you're doing more selling on Facebook now and more promoting on Facebook, that's a good guideline for you. But also as a new person, good guideline for you as a trainer, take your new person through it, and a good guideline for the new person. So you would work through each
So I understand that, but I think we also need the explanation. This is just a summary, the headline, but with the training or somewhere you need to explain what you're going to do that.
I think the explanation with the video would be with me, but you're absolutely right, Jeff, because I've normally just, that's been scheduled in a PowerPoint to do here. But if we're putting it out as a training in Microsoft Word, just a little introduction, just a reminder, it's top tips which your sponsor will go through with you a step at a time and train you on each section there. But the reason it's putting the tips is so it's not in any particular order, apart from the fact that you do need to start adding yourself to buy and sell groups, and set up your Facebook group.
I think that training is a really good overview, because everybody that joins your business has got a different level of skill, and you don't know how experienced people are or otherwise when they join your team. So if they see something like that with 21 top tips, you're then able to go back and discuss it with them further and say, is there anything there that you'd like clarification on? You know, what do you know about Facebook? What you know, or other platforms? What have you been using them for? What do you do at the moment? And to specifically answer that question, Jeff, that you asked about how do you know which groups allow certain things like video marketing, etc.
That's what I thought it was asking.
Most groups have got the rules pinned to the top. If you go onto the group, and usually it's on the featured section now that will give you the group rules, or scroll down the group or put in a keyword. So Jane said, Jane always says in her trainings, to, for example, if you wanted to put on.
I understand that bit, Kate. It was those who've, when I put them on Marketplace, I know some of them approve, some don't need any approval at all and just go on. But there are some who are not approving, and I wanted to know which ones are not approving, because I'll just come out of those groups if they're not publishing. How do I find that out?
That's what I thought you were asking to start with, and then I thought about the video. I thought same as Kate, you were asking about the video part. He was generalising. That's the one I'm going to put. I'll need to do it in screenshots, but basically, as far as my memory serves me, you go to the product or the post, and then it shows you, if you click on it, the groups that you've shared it with. It should be under the actual product.
Okay.
Which,
Okay.
Yeah, it normally lists. So under, if you go into the original listing,
if
it
you
will
just
share
click on it, there's a
underneath
list of them.
the list of places you've put it.
Okay.
I tend to, if there's groups that don't accept it, it tends to pop up in my notifications
It
and
does,
says an
that's right,
admin,
yep.
an admin has your post has been declined, and sometimes it's the admin assist and it's automatically declined. Sometimes the admin will say we don't do certain posts, and like you say, Jeff, through trial and error, there will be groups that keep reoccurring where it's not doing you any favors being in them, because
Yeah.
every time you try and share something, it's being knocked back, so you can just leave them. But it is trial and error, really.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's really.
Because some of them are automatically knocked back because of
Yeah.
admin questions.
Yep. Yeah,
No,
but the only way to find out is to do it. So
Admin questions when
Yeah.
you joined the group. You joined.
Some of them when you share them have this thing about saying that it's got fewer than 10 characters or fewer than 10 words or something like that. Which when you share the post, obviously it does have it in there, but some groups have got this admin assist tool set up now to stop viral videos and things like that being put in, these spam videos that you keep seeing.
Yeah.
But once this admin assist tool takes over, it's kind of hard to, I'm not about to raise my hand, go away iPad. It's very hard to get around that, unfortunately, the admin assist. Like, we have a local group that was taken over by admin assist, haven't we? And the 2 group admins we actually know, and it's a tyrant for trying to
They can't stop
it doing it as the actual admins, and this automatic thing is now taken over,
Have you
where
tried
if you're sharing a post into the group and you've not put at least 10 words in your little bit that you want to share with it, it's
Yeah.
automatically deleted. If it's a video with a popular sound or popular title, it's automatically deleted. So unfortunately, I think for us who've possibly been in some groups a while, I'm finding the certain groups that have been took over by these automated robots that I'm just having to leave them, because however long ago in Clean Easy they were useful, they're not now, because these
Yeah.
automatic things have taken over.
Yeah.
So it's just trial and error, really.
Okay, thank you.
Go on. The only thing I was going to ask, have you tried to do just like a normal discussion post and test out the bot?
Yeah, that works. So they usually work fine. It's when you share, it's if I've shared like Sparkle Team stuff. If you go to share the video.
Groups,
Mm.
because you could probably do a discussion and you could
Yeah.
possibly post a video, but that's a good thing to let us know, because if some of them are just the bots not allowing us in just simply because we've not got 10 characters, then what you can do, if you can be bothered, or you can just shelf them, what you can do is you can have a quick look and see which posts have been approved and see. Or
Yeah, absolutely. See what is getting through.
rather than delete a group that's been working for you, or that that could work for you. But there's plenty of groups. There are plenty of groups out there. But for instance, there are some groups like the Mid Calder one in my area works really well for me, and the Broxburn one. So if they started to not approve my posts, that's a very good thing to know, Abby.
Yeah.
Because if that kicked me out, then I would go back and see why it's kicked me out, and have a look and see what it's accepting.
Jane's got a query.
Yep. Oh, Jane's wee hands up. Sorry, Jane.
But no, it's fine. It's not so much a query. It's more because, like many of the rest of you, I'm admin in quite a few groups. The discussion posts, I know if I'm doing it on my phone, discussion posts you actually have to go into to see them. And I reckon that in a group that has in excess of 20,000 members, I reckon if there's 4 discussion posts in a week, that's probably an average, which will probably mean that if people are going on to those groups, they're looking at the buy and sell posts, they're not looking at the discussion.
Probably.
So,
you're right there, Jane. The discussion posts on it, but what I guess that I should amend what I said there. Go manually and try and put a product on manually, but yeah, I don't think.
I was meaning for one of the tips that you had in.
Oh, the thing
about
there.
About putting sponsoring posts on as a
So
discussion.
it's a 21-day tips, so you'll need to think another one.
Sorry, I was just thinking there's nothing wrong with doing it, but I would suggest that you're going to
But
make
I just thought that
a much lower audience.
a lot of the promotion and the prospecting groups are discussion posts and prospecting.
Well, I could be wrong, but there was an awful lot lately where the type of group changed. A lot of the groups, did they not make them or suggest that they should buy and sell? And if you didn't make them buy and sell, if you didn't bring them into that,
But if it's a work for home opportunities and which is most, to be fair, I think the buy and sell groups work better to promote an opportunity. And there's loads of ways, you know, in a buy and sell post where you can just put work from home on your product picture. You know, I mean, there's so many ways. There's so many ways.
I would
of doing
say
it.
that that's probably
But
the best way
the discussion
to get a
posts.
sponsoring poster.
I'll look into that because I don't use discussion posts, and you were somebody who used them a lot.
I use them a lot.
You use them a lot.
I
So
use
your
them most
opinion,
of the
take
time.
your hand down though. Your opinion would be your opinion would be more valuable than mine because I didn't use them a lot. But
No, I use them a lot. I use them
Abby had her
virtually all
hand
the
up.
time. Sorry,
It's just no, it's okay, Jane. Carry on. I can. It's
Oh, I
not
thought
urgent.
she was finished. I thought we were.
I'm finished.
Oh, okay. It was only to go back to the interaction stuff that you were saying before. And to be fair, now I'm looking at them. There's combinations of us that are in the two groups that I'm in. There's a group on Facebook called Interactive Posts for Network Marketers.
Yep, I
And
use
they
that.
upload I was going to say, Kate, you're in it. I use it all
Yep.
the time. They upload different interaction posts every few days of things that they found, and it's become quite a bank of resources, really.
Yep.
So that's quite a good one for taking stuff from. And I tend to go on every month, really, and just schedule stuff every other day into my selling group. I don't do one every day because I can't always find one for every single day. And there's another one called Interactive Posts for Your Groups as well. And I tend to get most of my interaction stuff from there.
Mhm.
So they're coming quite handy for people scheduling things for their online shops and things like that.
It's a good idea. And also going to Google as well, though, because the only problem with Facebook again is back to if too many people use the same.
I suppose though, if there's a lot of posts on that group, if you go back to 4 or 5 weeks prior, you'll probably be able to.
Yeah, that's true. I did
I
have that argument, that counter argument in my head.
I use iPicky, and I find that even if you just personalize it again, put a couple of dots in or something,
Aye.
you
You can change
so
it a
that-
bit. You can change
so
it a
that
bit.
the algorithms don't just.
I agree with that actually, Jane. I use Pic Collage to put white borders around things a lot.
Yeah.
Mm.
Yeah,
That's what that's the algorithm picking up. It's just back to the reason. If we go back to the very, 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 very early days, is when everybody, including they started selling on Facebook. My battery's low. I've got the battery charger there, but I've not plugged it in. Give me a second, guys.
Oh, she got down. Let's all disappear.
I know I wouldn't have normally bother, but it's going to end up disappearing on me. Yeah, that's what in the old days it was, that butterfly jewelry box. Remember, it was the very first picture that ever went toxic and got bans. And
yeah, true.
And that's when we remembered, and it was because more and more people were using the same pictures. We hadn't got bans before. But the more and more people, including that started to sell online, the more that picture, the algorithm picked it up right away. And I always remember it was definitely the butterfly jewelry box. It was the first experience.
Oh God, yeah.
That was the first experience of the band product I remember. But I don't mind if somebody, what's the word?
No, there was. It was that first K-Life catalogue when we were getting all the Puggate, the pug bedding. The pug bedding was on as well.
The pug bedding sold really well, but I can't remember it going toxic. But I think it's because we sold too many. They sold it within half an hour. The pug
That's right.
For that catalogue going live, within half an hour, the pug doovies were sold out. I love the pug doovies. We sold.
They were
hundreds.
good, weren't they?
Yeah, we need more doggy doovies. Like Michael not taking the hint with all the doggies that's getting moving in HQ.
I think Smokey needs his own range of merchandise.
Oh yes, absolutely.
Don't mind
but
having
I mean-
a dog, but would I want to sleep with one in my bed? No.
No, but I would like a wee duvet. People buy them. They buy the pillows with the doggies on them, the vested pillow doggy. Every time you had a wee vesty or a staffy, people would say, do you have a chihuahua? Do you have the dachshund? Do you have this?
Yeah, that's so true.
Things with doggies sell. Somebody messaged Michael. Right, everybody. Sorry, Jane, you were going to say something.
No, I was licking my lips.
I thought you were going to say, I don't want a doggy on my duvet.
No, you just
I
don't
do like
them
the,
if you
the
don't
yellow,
want
the
them.
lemon, the yellow one with the chihuahuas is quite sophisticated looking. But since my daughter had pugs, the pug duvet was very popular in our household. Well, thanks everybody. Hopefully, now next week's going to be Michael's. So it's the last day of the period. We don't have a leaders meeting this week. What I would like is to think, since it's all our leaders on tonight, is what you would like to see on the Wednesday webinars. We do one that would be geared up to new people, but it'd be great if everybody, could just do everything. So, for maybe next Wednesday, it'll be the next again Wednesday, 2 weeks tonight. Somebody else could do the training, and I look forward to getting inundated with messages on my Facebook Messenger. And if I don't get inundated, at least give me an idea of what topic, and then I will select somebody. Because you're all wonderful trainers. I know you could all do it. You don't have to decide tonight, but what I've found, I'm learning from my experience, what I found, if you don't tell me right now, you won't message me. Sorry, I've had these dates where I didn't get the message back. And they're all been on Zoom. Nobody saying anything? Man, these are such hard work. I'll need to edit this now. These are not hard work. These are amazing, wonderful leaders. And so I'm going to pick a subject. It is how to sell on, no, not how to sell on Facebook. I can't pick a subject. Come on, like, you have to message me.
Lynn, I don't mind doing some training on scheduling things online, because I have to do everything scheduling on Facebook, like sponsoring, interact, all that sort of stuff. I don't mind doing some training on scheduling stuff, but
Excellent.
I wouldn't be able to do it on a Wednesday, is all. I could pre-record it and you could play it on a Wednesday and you guys could just watch it. That's,
Yep.
but I'm not usually, obviously tonight's an exception. I'd normally
You're
just
on a
be
Wednesday.
in, so.
She tells me she could do a wonderful training and then said I can't do it.
But not on a Wednesday.
I can't do it on a Wednesday, no.
I mean, a short training video and things like that would be really beneficial. That we could include that. It's a lovely idea. Thank you so much. Because I don't use schedule posts much, but I do know that Michael's ones that he puts every day are scheduled.
Yeah.
And I know that schedules don't lead to bans the way they used to. They used to lead to bans, and they're really useful. I bet this is some down here. Selling on Nextdoor. Yay! I've got a date. Selling on Nextdoor.
Yep.
That's a good idea.
I've had a lot of success with Vinted as well in the last 10 days or so. That would be a mini training that would take all of 2 minutes to do. But
Well, there'll be many on Vinted. We've got a mini. We're Vinted, we're Minted.
Yep.
Vinted, actually, I do know about Vinted, and we spoke about it. And before Kate did it, we'd have thought it would have been quite an exclusive marketplace, and it'd be hard to find which products fall into it. So it might be more than a couple of minutes, Kate. It might be a few minutes just to give us an idea of what products you are selling on Vinted. Vinted is alternative type of stuff, the kind of stuff that my daughter would like, or the antique looks and different homemade stuff. And But Kate has been dying to talk to us about Vinted. There's no negatives, is there, Kate? Apart from the fact that it's so Vinted, that's something to get looking into for the next 2 weeks' time. Abby will do a wee short video, and we can still get Nextdoor in there, because these trainings will all be like Nextdoor literally will be a short training. But it's got quite a lot of different sides to it. Yeah, we've got the training for 2 weeks' time. I'm mega organised. Kate's doing her bit, Abby's doing her bit, and we can chat about who does Nextdoor. I think me and Kate's probably using it the most.
Yeah.
Are you using it, Nigel and Amanda? Are you using Nextdoor? You are using it.
Good night, Jane.
Night, Jane.
Right, Jane?
Night, Jane.
Night, Jane. There's
Jane.
something I want to ask about Nextdoor.
Oh, you're up there now.
I'm not quite sure how to use it, but when I do some posts, I'll get some like love art, and also I'll get like unhappy faces. What does that? Is that what it means? Unhappy?
That means they're pissed off with you.
Is that what it means?
No, sometimes I get Nextdoor is a funny wee app. Nextdoor, just like your next door neighbours, it's a funny wee app.
I personally think.
Can I finish my sentence?
Sure.
Sorry, I just wanted to finish that sentence, because what I've noticed is some people don't like you advertising your business on Facebook, so they give you a wee angry face, but I just completely ignore them. Kate, over to you.
I was going to say that quite a lot in my particular area on Nextdoor, which is a vast area actually, because there's not a lot of people in my immediate vicinity that are using it. So my area is about probably a 40-mile radius all around me. But I find that a lot of people who use Nextdoor are not particularly experienced with social media in general. So you get people that are completely unaware, and they go on and they come on and they go, I'm 85 and I live on my own at this address with my wee cat and things like that. And they've got no awareness of security or privacy or anything like that, or what they say might be misconstrued or whatever. We get people coming on all the time that only want to tell jokes. We get people coming on. There's a person in another network who's completely pissed everybody off because they just post, all the time and keep inviting people to their group, and to the point where they're actually a pest. And even I think they're a pest. But there is a facility where the type of post you're putting on can be a sale post or an advertising post, and there's a place for that. If you go to post, it'll say, what does it say?
We're doing a training on it.
Does it say
No, we're doing
post
a
something
training
for
on-
sale or free? And you can use that facility, and it won't annoy anybody then.
I say we're doing a training in
So,
2 weeks.
are we going to do a training next door? Are we?
We're doing
I thought we just had it.
That's why I tried to
Oh.
stop everything. Because the notice board is actually where I get most of my response from. That's kind of why Kate is right. There is a
Next
place we
door.
can go, but I
Right.
didn't want to really cover it tonight. Sorry, Kate, but
No, not at all.
I was trying to get it.
I'm just gonna go into it and see what the name of it is when you go to post. Hang on.
Yeah, but I'll do a training. We'll do a training on
Yeah.
it, because the notice board is where I get most of my reactions for. I do get sales,
right.
but I do get comments, and I would say ignore it, because ignore the responses.
If people are annoyed with you, they can mute you on Nextdoor.
I
And
think
you
can-
can,
I think they've accidentally done it.
yeah,
'cause I
and you
was
can mute
looking-
them as well. So it shouldn't be an issue.
Presenting and doorstep demos.
I have noted with the angry faces, I'm going to their wall, but they're selling stuff themselves, so that's why I was a bit confused. So
Ah,
I'll
yeah,
put them an
well,
angry
ignore
face
them.
on as well.
Just
I don't know if I'm doing right. If they wanna be twats, I'm gonna be twat back.
You're going to have no friends, you are, if you keep that up.
Oops, did I do wrong?
If they're selling stuff themselves, then I think
Yeah.
that's a wee bit naughty of them to dislike your post.
Yeah, he says they've given me an angry face, so I'm giving them an angry face.
But I was like this with next door. I thought it was an angry face. Then I put my glasses on and it was a love heart.
I did have a couple of guys having a conversation about my turn doing too many posts, and one guy said about block them out. I thought, can you do that? So I blocked them first.
Yeah.
So I learned something new for those two guys. So fair play.
I mean, it's
There's
going to
someone else
happen.
last time.
This is really going to be quite funny because I think next door is going to be just like the early days in Facebook, and except there is no policing. Night, Angela.
Oh, there is. There actually
Nice,
is.
Angela.
There she is.
Hi, Angela.
Night.
Find out other
The
ones.
trains do finish officially at 9.
Having
I just
people.
forgot to say that tonight, in case anybody does have to go, like we Jane. But yes, it's going to be quite amusing as it grows, and it'll be dependent. It's really very area dependent.
Yep.
My area is quite good. I've not got any complaints about it. I just, apart from my complaint that I need to do more on it. So yeah, that and doorstep presentations would be a good idea to do door presentations. I know it's normally Janet that does these, but because they're imminent house move, which is never imminent in the way the English selling system works, because you never.
Yeah, I just thought that it's the same kind of thing. You're actually talking to people, so
Well, that's why I thought it'd be good if we could get other people, because normally we put that
Outside,
on
through.
Janet's lap.
just with the conservatory.
Don't have an argument when you're not on mute.
Let's have an argument. So I'm still on next door, right? I'm trying to ask another question.
Right.
Right.
Question now, sorry.
I forgot we weren't on mute.
I haven't. That's
I
why
was
I'm
on
parting.
about Steve and Janet because that car ended up in their garden.
yeah.
I know.
Oh, did what car ended up in the garden?
Now,
They
look
were-
at
they
Steve's post.
See that? Sorry,
Look at Steve's post on Facebook.
I've not. Oh, clearly I've not been on Facebook when I'm. But was it just happened? Like,
That's-
I'll have a look after the. This
Yeah,
is going to get
early hours of the morning. Yeah, the
Oh.
car ended up on its side, straight through their garden, just missing the conservatory.
Oh God! Thank God it missed the house.
Hmm?
Oh my
Yeah,
goodness.
yeah.
Now I'm wondering if my wee auto generator, and my auto text is what it's going to type in there for house.
Oh, this would be going in bed.
The auto generator, you know, the text on the
Yeah.
videos. It's really, really very good. Night, Kate. Should be going to get
Night,
that one.
Kate.
Night,
Okay.
Kate.
But this is not getting edited, it's getting fired up there, even with the chit chat at the end like this, and even with Nigel and Amanda having the fight.
I'll just ignore it so it makes no
I'm
odds
just
to me.
kidding. I'm just kidding.
He
We've
ignores
got
me.
more to say. No, but Jeff, just to finish, Jeff, what you were saying, I didn't know about the car in the house, but it might be a good idea though for us to do other people, what they would maybe say, because Janet's so good at it and it's so natural to her that we maybe would be a good idea to practice little other wee scripts. And do
Something
that.
interactive, perhaps.
Could make it interactive. We could give that a go. You can take control of that one. Yep, you can take control of that one.
Yeah, certainly.
It's only a 10-minute one, I would say as well. But we will have, I mean, we've got a few wee ideas there. Next one, we'll do the next door. Abby, when you can let us know when your wee video's ready, darling. Appreciate
Yeah.
that for the interaction on
I'm
Facebook.
surprised she's not done it already.
I'm good, Jeff, but I'm not that good. My phone's dead.
Get a wee video there. And the doorstep presentations, Jeff, I think would wait until the next one where we were covering catalogue retail and maybe do both on the same night. Somebody can do the generic how to retail with the catalogues, how to build a strong catalogue customer base, and then you could maybe put something together for that. So I've got
Yeah.
somebody other than your wee Janet. Can't believe he's had the car in his front door just selling the house. Thank goodness it didn't hit the house. That would They've knocked the house sale.
I
And
didn't hear
his
it.
cars running, thank goodness his
Yeah,
cars running the
that's
driveway.
something new in that area, she said. Oh,
We're not on mute.
What did you say about the area? Look, he's trying to put it on mute. Too late.
Oh,
It's
stop.
done now. It's going straight on the Rhino group. Does this mean I have to go on YouTube now? It's a lovely area they're in. It must have been a drunk driver though, but they're in a cul-de-sac.
They said it was stolen. The police knocked on the front door and said, do you know there's a car in your back garden? And it's gone straight through the back wall. Apparently
Oh,
it was
the
stolen.
back garden.
And he's climbed out through the boot. He's smashed the window and climbed out through the boot, apparently, because the
Did you
window,
see he
what
was
was left
drunk?
of the window was covered in blood.
Did you say he was drunk?
Well, it was stolen, the police said.
Stolen. Joyride.
So, could have been.
Oh my goodness. Imagine
Mm.
if that had been a summer night and you were in your garden.
Yeah.
Unbelievable. Only with Steve and Janet, it's like 2 cars and anyway, I'm not going to say what I was thinking because that would be bad luck. So I'm glad that they're okay and that their house is okay because they're selling it. It's sold. Right. Thank you so much, everybody. And it's a good wee session tonight. Just even sharing the ideas. I'll check on, just make sure what your argument and everything, that not everything, you've been misbehaving the night, Nigel and Amanda. Just when I'm trying to put the videos straight into the Rhino team so I don't need to edit them. I'm only kidding, it's going straight in. Who wants to close the meeting tonight? I think I should make Amanda do it as punishment. 'Cause
Yeah, I think so. She'd had a lot to say for herself.
she was tired last week because
Probably not now, she's gone quiet.
I'm on mute.
she's all shy.
Anyway, sorry we were late, but lots of great information tonight and a good sizzle or a sozzle. And you can all clear off because I haven't eaten my tea.
No, you're supposed to say see you Thursday in Michael's training.
Okay, see you Thursday. Michael's Michael. No, it's not a training, is it?
No, Michael's HQ Zoom.
End of.
Update.
Pardon?
What's the
His
official name?
update thing.
Okay, Michael's update is on Thursday at 8 o'clock.
Yeah,
It's
usually
not advertised it yet.
Yeah, 8 o'clock.
One
So we will see you there for the update. And
you
we will
next
see you the
Thursday.
following Wednesday at 8 o'clock for another very informative evening on Next Door. And anything else
Some
we
other
wish to
things.
discuss?
Good night. Say
Good night.
Good night, guys.
Enjoy your tea. Good
Bye.
night, everybody.
Bye.
Good night, Raymond. Good night, everybody.
Bye.
Amanda. Good night,
I just
Jess.
switch it off.
You just
I
press
just, I'll do
mute.
this. End meeting for all.